Hello and welcome to Know Your Assets, the series where we introduce you to some of the things that we invest in here at UniSuper. My name's Lyndon, and with me in the studio today is Penny Hurd. She's the Head of Australian Equities in the investments team. Penny, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks very much, Lyndon.
So you're part of the investments leadership team. What does your role actually involve day to day, Penny?
So I'm Head of Australian Equities, and myself and the team, we invest UniSuper's assets into the Australian listed market. When we look at investments, obviously the financials are important, but not only that, the management, the board composition, governance, and any risks that might be associated. As a result, I think we're really attracted to quality companies with long and enduring cash flows that, we think can continue to deliver great returns for members over the long term.
So within Australian Equities, the companies and brands that we invest in, are there any particular ones that folks might be familiar with?
Yeah, there's a number of household names that the members would know. So, for example, Telstra, Woolworths, and what we're here to talk about today being Transurban.
Yes, and speaking of Transurban, Penny, we actually went down to Transurban and met the team there and caught up with Michelle Jablko, the new CEO. In terms of the relationship between UniSuper and the investments team and Transurban, how does that unfold? Who takes charge of that sort of day to day?
Yeah, look, that's really spearheaded by Matt Spence, but it's a significant investment for all of UniSuper, so we're very, very engaged.
Amazing. All right. Let's start with some key facts first about Transurban. Bit of a spotlight on the company. What do we need to know?
So Transurban sits within the Australian asset class. It's a large infrastructure company and it owns and operates a number of toll roads, be it in Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, and in North America. It's got a market capitalisation of around 41 billion, so it's a significant company within the ASX. And UniSuper, we have around 11% holding in the company, so it's a significant investment.
All right. Well, with all that being said, let's get to know Transurban.
We've got over 10 million customers who use our roads every day to get in and out of work, to go on holidays, get to the airport, to attend social events. And essentially what we do is we bring together the community need, the capital and the infrastructure to help those customers move around our cities efficiently, safely and sustainably. All our board meetings, executive committee meetings, we start talking about safety. It's such a core part of our culture. We know when we build roads, we're also adding to sustainability. Just this year, we hit our 2030 Scope 1 and Scope 2 targets, so for 50% reductions, about 7 years ahead of schedule, and that's through things like having renewable energy, having LED lighting through our tunnels. If you're going to be here for a long time, you've got to be really mindful of the impact you're having.
Here at UniSuper, we manage over 70% of our assets in-house. What does that mean? It basically enables us to deliver healthy returns to our members while keeping costs down. As a super fund, we're naturally drawn to what we call fortress assets. Fortress assets are unique. They're hard to replicate and they offer attractive and stable long-term returns. So Transurban really fits that profile for us.
I think because we've got so many assets in so many markets, we're able to take what I call a long-term view. The Westgate Tunnel project, that's due to open in 2025. That will be really important for Melbourne. It's going to take 9,000 trucks a day off suburban streets. It's going to save people around 20 minutes during peak hour. Further north in Sydney, we've just commenced construction on the widening of the M7. In Queensland, there are the Olympics coming in 2032. We're talking to the government in Queensland about those.
In terms of Transurban's ongoing growth, in Sydney they've got the WestConnex project and potentially over time a second harbour tunnel. In Brisbane they've potentially got the Logan and Gateway motorway expansion projects.
Beyond Australian shores, Transurban has a growing presence across North America.
Our business is global, so we're in 5 markets, 3 on the east coast of Australia and 2 in North America. We've got a road in Montreal in Canada where, again, we're in discussions and planning for potential extensions.
At UniSuper, we know the value of great thinking.
There's always a lot we're thinking about from an innovation perspective. So for example, pacemaker lighting, which really helps draw the driver along with the lighting. And then we're looking at new emerging technologies as well. So for example, with a business out of Silicon Valley called Plus, where essentially what we're doing is trialling automated freight. I'm really excited about the future.
On the surface, it looks like they're just building roads. But underneath that, there's a whole network of data. So Transurban's constantly analysing and reviewing that data, looking for ways to improve efficiencies and to understand exactly what it is that their customers want and need.
We've got strong population growth in the cities. So if you say Sydney over the next 20 years is going to grow by 25%, Melbourne and Brisbane 1.5, 2 times that. We need to be a long-term trusted partner of all the people we work with, whether it's governments, the people that build our roads, and we need to continue to innovate.
As the company continues to grow and technology expands to allow for even greater insight, it's great to see Transurban's goal of a better connected world becoming a reality. And as the company's largest investor, it's easy to see how UniSuper's connection to Transurban will stay strong for years to come.
Wow, Penny, that has really brought Transurban to light in a whole new way for me.
Really has showcased the great opportunity Transurban represents in terms of an investment, but also the significant amount of work that UniSuper does in analysing and understanding the opportunity.
And Penny, if there are members out there who might be interested in their super having exposure to a company like Transurban, what are the investment options that feature the company?
Yes, members could look at some of the pre-mixed options that have the Australian equities exposure, also more specifically the Australian shares option. And for anyone in the defined benefit fund, they have a significant exposure to Transurban within that already.
Amazing. Well, Penny, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us and being here. And thank you to you also for joining us. Don't forget to join us next time when we take a look at another great UniSuper asset. We'll see you then.